guys, how are we all? And welcome to the Riding with Robbie YouTube channel. So today we're going to be talking about everything you need to take when you go out for a bike ride. And in this video I'm talking about tools and spares. So let's get straight on with it. This is where I carry all my tools and spares. It is a little Altura carry bag and it just goes on the back of the saddle. I really like this because it's the perfect size. So although you see me, I normally have a very big frame bag on my bikes. Typically, all my tools and spares are always kept in here, including the pump as well. So probably wonder what that is on the back. That is a rear light. I always recommend you carry a rear light when cycling. You know, just in case it does get a little bit dark or you're in places where it might not be as visible. It's just so handy. I reckon in years to come, it'll probably be made to be an official rule that everyone will have to have one soon. So, what do I keep inside this? So let's keep it nice and simple. So I run tubed bikes and I run tubeless. So I've got a kit which will cover both here. So the first thing I take is inner tubes. So I carry two with me, but one of them is a little bit special. So this is a standard road inner tube, nice and simple, right length for my wheels valve. Then I also carry something we call a Continental Supersonic. So if you've ever heard of these are very small tubes. So these, I call them emergency tubes, but they're actually meant to be like a lightweight race tube. I love them because they do work. You know, if you're going to try and patch one of these, you're going to have a problem. They're not meant for that. But when you do have an issue, typically, you'll change one tube out. If you have a second issue, you've always got a spare one like this. It's not the most puncture-proof inner tube in the world, but it's absolutely tiny. It weighs about 90 grams compared to about 220 grams. You can see the size difference there. So it means I can carry two inner tubes instead of one. So to actually get the tyre off, you need tyre levers. So my tyre levers are on the side of my multi-tool. So this is called a Toe Peak Hexus 2. I think it's a Hexus. And I absolutely love it. So this, you can see the tyre levers on the side and they're brilliant. They're really tough, strong tyre levers and you need that. Like gone are the days of these crappy little tyre levers that snap all the time. You need something like this. On top of that, like I say, I've got a multi-tool here as well, chain breaker, all my Allen keys, everything that I'm ever gonna need while I'm out riding. The next thing in here is a pump. So this is a Pro pump. I like it, but I've actually done a review on this. It's on my channel somewhere, if you look at it. I like it, it's very small though. So typically this will take, to get, like I did the math actually, to get like a 700C 28, a 28C 700C tire up to full kind of pressure, it takes about 300 pumps, which is a lot. You don't really get a vast amount of range there. So it does take time, it does Presta. You can take this off and then it does Schrader. It's good, but there's plenty of other pumps on the market. I know Lezyne do excellent pumps as well, but this is the one I use. And I've been using that for years. As you can see, it's a little scratched up. Next in here, very few people will take this, to be fair. I have, you can see in there, spare chain links, 11 speeds, obviously. And I think I've got some 8 speed, my mountain bike. And also, I don't know why it's in there, Loctite. that was for a bit of a funny break I had a long time ago, but it seems to do the job. A lot of people carry super glue as well. On top of that, I also carry a spare hanger. So this is a spare Linsky hanger. So the hanger is what holds your rear derailleur on. You always need to carry one of these guys, always. You know, like each one is pretty much unique to each bike. So you're gonna have to, this one isn't gonna work for everyone. But if you're ever bike packing or in the middle of nowhere and this breaks, you're just not gonna find another. So always carry a spare. Like typically on a cheap bike, they're a tenner. From Linsky, they are not. They're a lot more. So on top of that, we have here as well, this is what we call a tubeless repair. So obviously I said earlier, I run tubeless typically. This is in case you get something that typically tubeless repairs itself, but in case you get something which is a little bit too aggressive, use one of these. And this is, I don't really know the technical name for it, but you've got this here, and then you've got all the little strips. You pop a strip into there, one really good tip, which I haven't done here, is I would typically preload this. So already have a strip in there ready to go. So you can hit it as quickly as possible, and it means you lose less air in your tyre and you spend less time trying to pump it back up again. So let's think, just say your tubeless goes, you get multiple punctures. It's always good to have some patches as well. They weigh nothing, they're excellent. So again, this is what we call a Topeak rescue box. I really rate Topeak stuff. You know, it's quite Halford's branded, you know, which is fine. They sell it in Halford's, but it's excellent stuff. It's really good. It saved me a lot of times. So here we just got patches. And on the other side, you've got a little bit of sandpaper there, which just helps it stick. You know, one thing that I would really recommend doing is learn how to patch inner tubes properly before you start riding long distances, because it means you can just carry less tubes. And, you know, when you get good at patching, it's pretty easy. And that is pretty much everything I carry when I go out riding. The only other thing I will mention is I recommend taking a front light as well. It's always good to have lights, you know, like front and rear lights. I normally keep my rear light on typically most of the time when I'm riding in the day as well. But that is everything I take when I go out riding. So guys, I'm going to write this video as a blog as well. I'll put the link below. And in that blog, I'll put links to every product. Obviously guys, I do affiliate marketing. So if you do click through any links to buy a product, you don't get charged anything extra, but I get a little bit of a cut from the company. So if it's Amazon, I think it's, I don't know, a couple of % or something like that. But anyway, every little helps run the channel. So anyway, guys, thank you very much. I'm going to call it a day. Best go write this blog now. Catch you later. And if you watch this on YouTube, don't forget to subscribe, because it'd be rude not to. Correct?